Hello everybody! Yesterday was my first experience at a German doctor's office, and what makes that so cool is I managed to find the doctor's office all by myself, oh my god! Which is like a big accomplishment for me because I don't drive in Germany because it's scary and I don't know how to get anywhere, and the GPS sucks because I don't know how big a kilometer is, and you can blame American education for that. Okay, well, I went into this German doctor's office and I was like, oh my god, I don't know where I'm going because all the words are written in German. But you know what? The word for German lady doctor is the same as the word for American lady doctor. Well, almost, but because they're spelled differently. But they're pronounced the same, almost. Not quite. Whatever. I liked going to the German doctor kind of more than I liked going to the American doctor, even though she was a little bit less gentle, and I'll tell you why. It's because when you're in an American doctor's office, some random nurse retrieves you, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to take your blood pressure and stick you in this room for 20 minutes while you have to get undressed and wait for the doctor and blah, blah, blah. And with a German doctor, the doctor's the one that retrieves you, and then she's like, I'm going to sit here while you go into this little room and get undressed, and when you get out, I'll be here, and I'm not wasting your time because I'm awesome. So that was nice. Even though I was there for a longer time than normal because they did take my blood samples and everything. But I got my first ultrasound at 18 weeks, woo! And that was cool. It was cool to see that my baby does have sufficient parts, so I was a little worried, you know, like you do. But yes, sufficient parts, legs, arms, eyes, heartbeat, tummy, you know, all that stuff. And its head is the same size as its body, which is crazy. Also, we found out by the computer taking measurements of the limbs and head and all that stuff, and then it did a calculation that I am right about my due date. It's not August 5th, it is August 15th, like I said. Thank you! However, we did not establish the gender of the baby. Because, and the way my doctor explained it to me, is that sometimes an umbilical cord can look just like a boy part. So, we're still kind of not 100% sure, although, well, we're still not sure. But I thought that would give us a fun opportunity to play a guessing game using old wives' tales to determine which I am having a male or a female baby. And it'll be fun, because I love games! Okay, so leave a comment or something telling me if you think it's going to be a boy or a girl. And don't put too much stock in these old wives' tales, because some of them are ridiculous. Like, for example, the first one, where you get a necklace or a string with your wedding ring on it or something, you know, just dangly, and then you hang it over your belly, and depending on which way it swings, you're supposed to be able to tell whether it's a boy or a girl. But you know what? Some people say that if it swings like a pendulum, then it's a boy, and if it goes in a circle, then it's a girl. And some people say the opposite. And when I did it for myself, like, it turned out both ways. Sometimes it would swing back and forth, and sometimes it would go in a circle, so don't put too much stock in that one. Another old wives' tale is that the girl steals the beauty of the mother while the boy gives beauty to the mother, and that means that apparently some people's skin gets worse and some gets better. Mine's getting worse. And I remember last time that it was getting better when I had Kyle, who's a boy. And my hair is getting stringier, and it's crap. But, yes, somebody is stealing my beauty. I don't know if it's my baby, or maybe, like, there's a German witch around here. I mean, the Grimm brothers were German, so it could be witches. You don't know. Now, there's another one that says, if your husband is gaining weight along with you, you're having a girl. And if he's not gaining weight at all, then you're having a boy. Well, I don't know what that has to do with anything, because that's silly, but my husband is not gaining weight, and I'll tell you why. It's because he's in the military, and he's not allowed to gain weight. Cravings! Okay, this one I do like, because I remember last time I was pregnant, I was craving all these salty foods, like potato chips mostly, although I did crave ice cream sometimes also, but with peanut butter on top of it. This time I'm craving more sweet foods, like fruit and occasionally chocolate, but mostly fruit. So that's supposed to be indicative that I'm having a girl. However, who knows, because I don't really, I don't have cravings all the time, and mostly I just eat whatever we have around the house. Um, okay, heartbeat. If it's over 140 beats per minute, you're having a girl. Well, I don't know, because I forgot to ask, but, it was beating pretty fast. um, Carrying high or low. Well, they say that if you're carrying high, it's a girl, and if it's low, it's a boy, but mine is exactly in the middle. I will say this. It's at the top of my uterus, which is in the middle of my stomach, because it's right below my belly button, which is exactly where it should be, because I am 18 weeks along. Like I said. Not 19 or 20 weeks. 18 weeks. You remember that. So, apparently, I would consider that high because it's at the top of my uterus. But I don't know, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Also, I've heard that depending on which side the placenta is on, that could determine whether it's a boy or a girl. If it's on the left side, it's supposed to be a girl. If it's on the right side, it's supposed to be a boy. I forgot to ask, so I don't know for sure. My guess would be that it's on the left side because the baby is hanging out here on the right side. So that would make it a girl, but like I said, I don't know, so don't go with that. Wait until I find out, okay? Okay, where was I? Numbers, numerology is supposed to be a way that you're supposed to be able to tell everything, like, kind of like astrology is a way you're supposed to be able to tell about everything about your personality, your life, and whatever. So some say, that if you add your age plus your the month that you conceived the baby in, so 28 plus 11, and if you get an odd number, it's a girl, and an even number is a boy, well, that's 39, that's a girl. But the Chinese and Mayan way to do it, if I did it their way, both of them say that I would be having a boy. So you can't really tell using numerology unless you pick a specific type. Here's one I think is stupid. If you pick up a key, if you pick it up with the fat part, you're having a boy. If you pick it up with the thin part, then you're having a girl. Well, I'm going to pick up the key. I've always picked up the key every day because you use the key where you hold on to the fat part and you stick the thin part inside the keyhole. Now, I'm not going to pick it up backwards because I know I'm not going to use it that way. I'm more logical than that. So I don't understand what that has to do with anything about having a baby. Next one. Craving the heels of bread. If you're craving them, then you're having a boy. If you're not craving them, then you're having a girl. I have never craved heels of bread, ever, 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 because when I was a kid, we used to feed those to the ducks. I eat them now because we don't have a lot of money, and, well, food is food, so whatever. But, moodiness. I am ordinarily a very moody person, and my moodiness has not changed since I got pregnant. I'm not any more moody, but I'm not any less moody either. And they say that if you're more moody when you're pregnant, then you're supposedly having a girl, and if you calm down, then you're supposed to be having a boy. Well, my last pregnancy was a boy, and for those of you who remember my last pregnancy and were there for it, you know that I was very agreeable while I was pregnant, and I did have a boy, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because as you may or may not know, the Chinese symbol for trouble is 2 women under one roof. And that being said, let's move on to morning sickness, everybody's favorite. I have ridiculous morning sickness for like the first 14 weeks, and then I continued to throw up a couple weeks after that. for no reason, even though I wasn't feeling sick. I don't know. That could be an indicator that I am having a girl, because I did not have morning sickness the last time I was pregnant very often, and when I did, I never threw up, and I had a boy. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but there you go. Also, this one is the last one that I'm going to do, but I also think it's ridiculous, and it's called Show Me Your Hands. Well, when I show you my hands, I'm going to show you them palm side up every time, because when my parents asked me to show them my hands, they were asking, what's in your hands, or do you have anything in them? So I'm going to say, I don't have anything in my hands. I'm showing you that I don't. And they say that if you do that, if you show them palm side up, then you're having a girl. And if you show them this way, then you're having a boy. But I would never do that. And I never did that during my last pregnancy when I did have a boy. So I don't understand. But maybe you can make some sense out of that. And maybe you can just take it on basic instinct of what you think I'm going to have. Regardless, please tell me and put it in the comments, or just send it with a carrier pigeon or something, and let me know what you think I'm having, because I think it'll be a fun little game. And then when I actually do find out for sure, like with my next ultrasound, or when I actually have the baby, I'll tell you, and then we can see who was right and who was not. Anyway, I'm going to go for now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!